doing, man? I'm excited, dude. You know, we this close to National Signing Day. Now, I know we had early signing period, and I know that we signed, 18 signees, 23 total commitments. According to Rivals, we're ranked number 6 in the country in recruiting class. It's shaping up to be a pretty fun recruiting class, right? Especially, of all things, on the defensive side of the ball late. You know, it's a wonder how getting Buki and Benito late, you know, can totally change how you feel about the defensive recruiting class. That said, you know, we still only got the one defensive tackle. And I would love to get another defensive tackle. I love Jordan Kelly. He's great. I like watching him at Tulsa Union. Great defensive tackle. I want to add, you know, in particular Michael Thompson, who's sniffing, Moro Jomo sniffing. You know, I would like to add to this spectacular class of defensive ends. You know, you got Redmond, right, who got his 5th star from 24/7, right? You also got, Ronnie Perkins in St. Louis. You know, it's shaping up to be a really good class. You know, yeah. I'm excited. Let's do roll call real quick. Everybody's in here early. I like doing roll call when folks are in here early. I know Craig was first in here. So say what up and I'll catch you out. What's up, Kirk? I see you, fam. Hey, Warthog, what's up, Sooner? Let me see Devin Gilmer in here. Let me see Jay Gis, what's good? Reggie Walls, how you doing, man? Bobby, what's good? Steve Gordon! No news on Leon yet. Cat Tiger, what's good? KT, what's up? Malachi Hill, what's up? Paul, what's good? Lamar, I see you, fam. Finley, what's good? Shredder Prime, oh yeah. Elliot, what's good? Let me see. Cat Tiger's in here. Dylan, what's good? Nancy, how you doing? She said bumper. Beast Mode in here. Hey! There's the girlfriend, Laurel. She's in the chat. I like it. I was just on the phone with her. Mark, what's good? J-Word, what's up? Cryptic Gumbo in the house. Jacob, what's good? Tim Worthington, I like it. Paul, what's up? Oh, Miles, already with the super chat. I appreciate that, fam. Let me see. Nathan, what's good? Dustin, what's good? Mark, what's good? Brandon, what's up? Dread out. I see you. I'm dreading out too, fam. Jeff, what's good? Jay, I see you. Cirrus, what's up? SFC Bonds, what's good? Aaron, I see you. Jay, what's good? Man, that's what's up. Jared, how you doing, fam? Let me see what else we got in here. Ryan, what's good? Holy Kyle in here. Man, check out Kyle's channel, man. Like, he stays on it with the highlights. I love it. Let me see. Steven, what's good? Coach B in the house. Ike, how you doing, fam? Craig, I see you. You was in here first, dog. Let me see. Black in here. Let me see what else we got up in here. Steven, I see you. All right, so, you know what the headline says, but you know how we do, you know. If we get to talking, we get to talking. And that's what I wanted to talk about, right? Because we only got so many spots left. And one of those spots we might want to give to Leon, right? Shout out, let me see, Chad says, shout out to my brother Paul. Hey, what's up, Paul? Chad lit you up. What's up, CBR? I see you, fam. CBR stays in the comments. I like it. But, like, so earlier this morning, it kind of looked like perhaps Leon O'Neal Jr. had a really great visit to Clemson, and then all of a sudden, like, there was a tweet, and it was a deleted tweet, which is one of the reasons why I've just started to not delete my tweets. Like, if there's a typo or something, I just leave the typo, and then I tweet again, because, you know, deleted tweets look suspect, and you know, everybody's like, wait a second, why you delete it? So now I just, you know, because my tweets are trash, you know. What's up, Andrew? I see you, fam. My tweets are trash. No, signing day is not tomorrow, fam. No, signing day is in February, man. Nah, I'm calling it that so I can keep everybody up to date on, you know, the news of the day, and the news of the day is recruiting. Wait, signing day is... Who says signing day is tomorrow? When were you thinking Baker's going to the NFL? Yeah, Twitter needs an edit written. Yeah, signing day is February 7th. Get out of here with that, man. Y'all messing up. Hey, no. No. National Signing Day is Wednesday, February 7th. What's up, Jim? I appreciate the super chat, man. Hey, when you hit the super chat, right, put a comment in there. Put a question in there. It goes to the front of the line. I mean, we keep the stream rolling. Fire Mike Stoops. I've seen Fire Mike Stoops in here like 8 times, you know, already. Because apparently we can go get a great recruiter and a great offensive mind, defensive mind, special teams mind in the form of Shane Beamer. But guess what we can't do? We can't seem to fire Mike Stoops. But here's the thing. Earlier this month, Dean Blevins had reported that apparently, and you know, you take Dino for what Dino says, because like Dino also had once reported that Bob Stoops was taking the Florida job. Whatever. But like, Dino said that Mike interviewed Florida State job with Willie Taggart. Like, had talks, thought he was in the running. And then there was nothing, right? Which means we were stuck with him. And then the dreaded vote of confidence, Lincoln Riley's gone out of his way at least twice since the Rose Bowl to say that Mike Stoops is my defensive coordinator. And I don't know, man. Like, Lincoln, come on, man. Come on. You saw the game. You watched the game. We watched the game. I watched your offense put up 45 in regulation. I saw the defense get shelled for 45 in regulation by a running team. Not a pass-happy team. Not a Tech kind of team. Not a Mike Leach kind of team. Not an Air Raid kind of team. Not an Oklahoma State. Not even TCU. Georgia. With a freshman quarterback. I get it. Oh, Angry Sooner in the house. Man, starting it off right. Let's go. I appreciate that, fam. Man, speaking of Angry Sooner, because Angry Sooner is on Patreon, right? And check it out. I'm coming up with some gifts for folks that are donating $10 or more for Patreon. Some limited edition gifts. They're numbered. They're really cool. I'm really excited about them. Also, the podcast. Podcast is going to come out in February. I'm going to put a sneak peek up on Patreon. If you support me with $10 or more, you're going to have access to it and a lot of other stuff. There's already videos up there that aren't on YouTube. I mean, they're on YouTube, but only patrons have access to those videos. They're already up there, and I think they're kind of cool. Also, one more thing that we get. You see this right here? This is the call-in number for the podcast and the video. Call it. Leave me a voicemail. If it's cool, if it's a good question, check out. It's going in. Like, that's the way it's going down. I mean, look, number 0856. I can't read it. It's backwards to me. So call it. Leave me a voicemail. I love to hear from y'all. Y'all know I stay in the comments. You find me on Twitter. I respond on Twitter. What do you think of Onakuno? Onakuno's cool. Onakuno's cool. Why we at? Yeah. He stays in here sometimes too. Let me see. We love this, fam. I appreciate you. Who do you get as DC? That's an open question. Like, I made that video, right? And on that list was Jerry Montgomery, who, by the way, Jerry Montgomery news today. Whoa! Warthog, fired Mike Stoops, and where is my Baker Mayfield giving tree comparison? Would you believe me if I told you that it's still in the can, Warthog? Like, I made it like 3 months ago. It is still in the can. Like, I just haven't had an opportunity to clear it out. Maybe when the draft is coming around. I just dropped the board. Forget it. I'll pick it up later. Let me see. Yeah, there was a really interesting... Oh, Jerry Montgomery. So this morning, the Packers beat writer, tweeted that Jerry Montgomery was leaving Texas A&M to become the defensive lines coach for the Green Bay Packers. You might remember, Jerry Montgomery just left Green Bay as the Packers defensive assistant. Whoa, Robert Lane. Wow. Okay, what you got to say, Robert? Game last night was awesome. Yeah, I saw you went. Like, I followed Robert on Twitter, and he was talking about he was going to the game at Lloyd Noble where we got a W. Rock this, Rock Chalk. Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, tastes like chicken. Tastes just like chicken. Sounds like hey, I bet too. Y'all watching the game when, like, the Kansas players were shooting free throws, and, like, you could hear the all that stuff. It was annoying, just like that. But we got the W, 85-80. I like it. And check it out. A couple days after Trae Young has perhaps one of his most inefficient games ever, took like 39 shots, scored 48 points though. 48 points is not a small amount of points. I still think he should have been Big 12 player of the week. But he had taken all of 9 shots, right? Still managed to get 20, Like, that's ridiculous, And watching him see the floor, like, if we could all see life, the way that Trae Young sees the floor, we'd be living in Inception. Like, I'm watching this man make passes and I'm going, how did you see that? Like, that, he wasn't open. Like, he wasn't open, but he was open. And then you just kind of flipped it through this, like, imaginary corridor that was all kinds of space and time continuing where it's like, wait a second, that just kind of ended up on the other side in Brady Manek's hands, and then he knocked it down. I mean, yeah, Trae Young is basketball's Mayfield. This is true. How about that? We're going to have the Heisman Trophy winner and the Wooden Award winner at the same university. I like it. This is what's up. Man, this is almost as good as the Buddy Hield year where we went to the Final Four, because we Final Four in football and whatnot too. Yeah, I want another one of those. That'd be cool. 26 points efficiency. That's right, Mark. I mean, just get W's. So who is Kansas's daddy, Baker or Trae? Ooh, well, we all know that Baker has, we all know that Baker's Baylor's daddy. I'm going to make Trae Kansas's daddy for now. I need him to pull the double, though, because, Yes, we can beat Kansas at Lloyd Noble. Can we beat Kansas at the Phog? That's what needs to happen. We need to get them. All right, we need to get them at the Phog. We need to get them at the Phog. Yeah, Shredder, we always go way off topic, man. Like, that's the nature of the live show. I mean, folks in the chat dictate where I go for the most part because I'm here to have a conversation, not to just say what I want to say. That's what the videos are for. We start off talking about whatever the title is, and then we go. Let me see. Do you trust Kyler Murray with his arm? Yes, I do. Absolutely. Have you seen him flip the ball? Have you seen him flip it? I've seen him flip it. And even if I didn't see him flip it, he was legit legend at Texas, like, not at Texas high school. He was a legitimate legend, you know? And any guy that plays baseball can flip a football, you know? I'm a high school catcher, right? I'm a high school catcher. I see guys flip the ball all the time. I'm not worried about Kyler Murray's arm. As a matter of fact, I'm more worried about Kyler Murray being too reliant on his feet. I want to see him throw the ball. He can spin that mug. Oh, somebody said it. When Mark said he can spin it. I like it. Michigan blows. Like when? Man, who else we got in here? O'Neal is the real deal. Yeah, I would love to have Leon O'Neal Jr., but I don't think he's going to end up here. You know, he took an official to Clemson in January. Anytime you take an official late, you got to get nervous if you want the kid. Like, if the kid takes an official anywhere but to you and he's got officials left, you got to get nervous, you know, especially at a place like Clemson where defense is kind of what Clemson does. Like, the offense gets a lot of press, but defense is how Clemson won a national championship. That defensive line in particular. And, you know, like, they put out defensive backs in the league. It's hard to turn that down. I saw Mackenzie Alexander in the Vikings game, you know. He's still legitimate. He can still fly. He went to Clemson. Riley says, how do you feel about Oklahoma's non-conference schedule? Are we talking? You clarify that. You talking football? Or you talking basketball? I'll circle back around to that, Riley. Because if you're talking football, it's amazing. It's awesome. Let me see. Cat Tiger says, "What's defense?" So she must have saw the video. Because we got a problem at Oklahoma with defense. We don't play a lot of defense at Oklahoma in basketball or football. We just don't do it. Defense is optional at the University of Oklahoma this year. I hate it, man. She said football. I mean, look at it. UCLA, Army, FAU. That's legit. You know, FAU was a 10-win team, 11-win team, 10-win team at a minimum, right? And they're returning a really great running back. And now Robison's going to get a chance to chalk up to back up his noise on Twitter, where he's talking about, you know, he's showing their clock where FAU, you know, how many days to Oklahoma. You mean how many days till you get drug? How many days till you get drug? You know, don't come up in here talk. You can put it on Twitter. UFAU. UFAU. We don't even call you by your full name. UFAU. Let me see. Do you see anyone interested in hiring Mike Stoops? Apparently Michigan State and Florida State were interested, but not so interested enough to want to hire him. Defense, we don't need no stinking defense. Yeah, okay. Anytime you put up 45 and you lose in a football game, you need defense. We score 91 points a game on average as a basketball team, and we still managed to lose. What is it, 4 games? Yeah, 4 games. Like, I think it was 15-4. Let me see. Forget signing day. We need number of days to fire Mike Stoops. Warthog taking no prisoners. Steve Gordon says Oklahoma doesn't know the word defense. Yeah, he's right. You know, let me see. Lincoln's defense of Mike has been the best defense Oklahoma lately. Jacob Major off the top rope. Let me see. Team Ray. Hey, RJ, can you give a shout out to my wife, Sarah? Your husband put you on blast. Now, seriously, if y'all got kids that are listening to, or family, have me shout them out. I like it. It's fun. See, Mike Stoops will only take us to the toilet bowl. Seriously, though. What's up, David? How many... Like, I was playing with this idea on Twitter earlier today, and I need to go and take a look at that thread, because that thread got really great and really out of control about finding all the different ways to not call a person an offensive coordinator, you know, with, like... I was poking at Shane Beamer being called the assistant head coach for offense. What even does that mean, right? But what do we call Mike Stoops now? What would we call Mike Stoops? Like, what would we call Baker Mayfield to Mike Stoops? You know, like I've been calling him our defensive coordinator. You know, that's just real. You know, the offensive coordinator, the play caller for the offense, is bailing out Mike. Hey, what's up, Josh? Long-time lurker, love your videos, keep it up. I appreciate that, fam. Thanks for saying hi. I love it when people, I mean, it takes a level of courage to comment. It takes a level of courage to want to participate in the chat. Some people want to sit back, and I always appreciate it when people want to join in the conversation. So I appreciate that, fam. I'm glad you feel confident enough to join the conversation. Brandon says, hopefully we call Mike Stoops fired. Mike Stoops' DC is like playing on Heisman mode on NCAA 2014. This is true, because nobody's going to win that game. Like, let me see. Michael Davis Jr. said, I call Mike Stoops many things. Ha! Whoa! Angry put a match out there. He wants folks to match his $5. That's what's up. Let me see. Robert Lane says, RJ, give a shout out to my high school buddies that went with me to the game last night. That's what's up. We were on the high school basketball team together. Jesse and Scott. Robert Lane says, what's up? I'm glad that y'all went as a group. That's fun, man. That's what's up. That's what it's about. Let me see. Devin Gilmore says, I just don't understand how our defense can go against the best offense in football and still not progress. Look, man, you don't always take you don't always take one-on-ones. Like 1v1s is a luxury these days. You don't really see that. That's why the scout team is the scout team. Hey, James, I see you, fam. Yes, Rattler is a stud. Spencer Rattler is a stud, but he's also 2019. We'll talk about him later down the road. I'm already planning videos for those kids. Let me see. Josh says, you think we have any more coaching changes this offseason, or are we set? Well, Beamer was the 10th assistant. Okay? He was the 10th assistant. We're full up now unless somebody takes a job or somebody gets fired. Lincoln, you can fire him. You can fire Mike. It's cool. We'll find a DC. You got one. You got one on staff. You got one on staff. Give it to Cooks. Give the play calling duties to Cooks. It's cool. It'd be fine. Give him the Ruffin. Give him the Ruffin. Beamer and RJ co-DCs. Man, that's what's up. Like, Beamer can go get, he can actually come up with the play plan, but with the scheme, and I'll run it. Or I'll come up with the scheme and he can run it. I don't care. Just let Twitter call the defense for all I care, man. Just don't let Mike call it anymore. Let me see. What else we got in here? Bryce Ward says, why would Lincoln even want Mike? Maybe he really does think he's a great defensive mind. I mean, and here's the thing, though. There's precedent for thinking that Mike Stoops is a great defensive mind, or was, right? Because 2000 to 2003, our defense was the strength of the football team. Y'all remember this? I remember this. Hey, I remember Derek Strait. I remember Torrance Marshall. I remember Rocky Kalmus, Teddy Lehman, Roy Williams, quite possibly the best Sooner of the Bob Stoops era. We can have a lot of conversation about that. Appreciate that, Johnny. But there's precedent for thinking that Mike Stoops is a great defensive mind. When he's coaching a 4-3 with 4 men on the line of scrimmage at all times, running this amoeba BS, this amoeba stuff that gets us destroyed, when you got 2 men, with their hands on the ground, and you got Obo standing up. I appreciate that, Mark. That's what's up, fam. Let me know what you want to talk about. That's what's up. Nah, man, for real. Do y'all remember Georgia when I watched from audible from a pass play to a run play because he saw 2 men on a line of scrimmage. He saw 2 men with their hands on the ground and Obo standing up. He said, oh yeah, we about to run a train through here. And what did Nick Chubb do? Ran a train through there with 50 yards. Whoa, angry up here putting up the match, man. That's what's up. Let me see, what else we got? Mike's a good recruiter, sucks at play calling. This is true. You know what? I wouldn't have a problem with Mike coaching the secondary, coaching the defensive line, coaching the linebackers. Wouldn't have a problem with it. Just take his play calling, take his coordinator privileges. Forget about it. Get him out of here. I mean, we can't with this guy anymore. We can't. We peaked in this iteration of football in 2017, 2018. Where everybody knows how to run RPOs, where everybody runs a variation of the spread at some point during the game, even Georgia, even Alabama. Okay? Whoa, Robert! 5 matches for angry. That's what's up, Robert. Robert's not playing tonight. That's what's up. Hey, Mark. That's what's up. Nah, but we just can't do it. We can't do it. What's up, Don? Don says, I've been thinking, You and the People's Champion keep laying it down to SmackDown. I appreciate that, fam. James, that's what's up. I appreciate you. Since our initial efforts, we haven't worked new initiative. Yes, please. Yes, please. J. Jones says, Lane trying to start a fire in here. Yeah, please. Nah, man. So look, all of y'all keep telling me about all of the great defensive players to come through Oklahoma. Tell me about a great defensive player to come through Oklahoma. Whew, wow. Angry and Robert having a match off. That's what's up. They not playing in here. No, but seriously, tell me the last time we had a great defensive player come through Oklahoma since we've been having this three-man front. When we didn't have four. We had three-man front. Tell me about that, right? Since 2012, when we kind of shifted to a 3-4, tell me 3-4, 3-3-5, 8-3, 3 men on the line of scrimmage. Tell me about the last great defensive player to come through, right? I mean, I can't. I mean, I want to say Obo, but he's a pass rusher. I want to say Striker, but he's a pass rusher. You know, who's the last dyed-in-the-wool linebacker that we had come through here? You know, we got to go all the way to Curtis Lofton, and that's a 4-3. You know, that's Brent Venables' defense. You know, like crickets. Look, you know, now we can't pull the Boz out. You know, the Boz is old enough to be my dad. I love him, but we can't. You know, Rufus was a pass rusher, and he wasn't running in a 3-4. He was a 4-3. You know? Like, I mean, they're all pass rushers. All the great ones to come through here. And even then, they can't really be pass rushers because they're running in a three-man front. You know? Dom. All right. Angry says Dom Alexander. And I will think about it because Dom Alexander had 19 tackles in that Texas game that, you know, where he tied the Boz's record for tackles in a game. But how did Dom's game translate to the NFL? Matter of fact, it didn't. Evans. Like, is Jordan Evans a great linebacker? No. Here's the thing. This is the philosophy, I think, behind the entire scheme that Mike Stoops wants to run now. When he says things like we want to be more multiple in everything we're doing, when he says that kind of stuff, you know, when he says, I'm trying to put the best 11 men on the field. Yeah, when he says that, he means it. He means he wants to put the most talented 11 players that kind of sort of fit in positions on the field, which is a great thought in theory, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Obo needs to play defensive end, not defensive end, linebacker, and safety. Okay? Kenneth Murray needs to play inside linebacker, not inside linebacker, outside linebacker. He doesn't need to do that. Caleb Kelly needs to play weak side linebacker or strong safety, right? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. The only person that had one job on that defense was Devontae Lampkin, right? Was the guy in the middle, was the nose, was the guy who you said, hey, you got two gaps, clog them, you know? And Devontae Lampkin did his job so well that he's probably going to end up getting drafted. I know a lot of people don't agree with this, but he's going to get drafted because his skill set translates to the NFL. That's who this defense is designed for, is for the nose. Jordan Phillips' skill set transfers to the NFL. He's great at it. Even Jordan Wade's skill set transfers to the NFL. That nose in this scheme, that's the only guy that you could put money on playing in the NFL, right? Everybody else, you're taking your chances unless you play corner. But even then, what kind of corner wants to come play when you know you're not going to get any help over the top, right? Even though you know you're going to get run on. So you got run responsibilities and pass responsibilities. But because everybody throws the ball all over the yard in this league, you can't really go get a big cornerback to go play. You got to go get skinny dudes like Trey Norwood, who's scrappy and wants to be great and wants to be good. You know, that scoop and score in the Georgia game doesn't happen unless Trey Norwood comes flying downfield 10 yards to basically string it out so that Caleb Kelly can go can go take that shot at the ball, and then Stephen Parker can pick it up and run and go. Let me see. Are we finally admitting our linebackers are small? That's the thing, though, Charles. Everybody outside of the line is small. Everybody is, because everybody needs to be able to run. All right? That was what I was banking on in the Rose Bowl, is that we would be able to run, right? We can run with anybody, but we can't come up and wrap up and tackle with anybody because, you know, like I know Kenneth Murray had a bad game, but Kenneth Murray was a 3-star recruit who wasn't really expected to do anything. He was expected to back up Emmanuel Beal and maybe Levi Draper, right? Maybe a couple other cats. But he had 78 tackles and 7.5 for a loss and co-defensive freshman of the year. Like, we got a lot out of Murray. No, I get it. Murray had a bad game in the Rose Bowl. But over the course of the season, Kenneth Murray was our best linebacker. Our best. And he's prototypical linebacker too. People want to tell me he's small. He's like 240. He's like 6'3", 240. That's not small. No, that's a truck. That's a truck. Now, if he gets better at recognizing the schemes and recognizing being out of position, he'll be okay. In 3 years, he's going to be a monster. Or 2 years. Junior year, he's going to be a monster, right? We asked a lot of a kid who's 19 years old. I'm not going to pound on him for how he played in the Rose Bowl because it wasn't just him. Like that play that Nick Chubb went 50 yards on, broke 3 tackles, he broke 3 tackles. One of them was Amani Bledsoe. Amani Bledsoe had the first shot at him, right? And then Will Johnson missed him. Will Johnson is a senior, all right? I don't hear anybody yelling about Will Johnson missing tackles, and they should. And that's another guy that got a raw deal when he got here. You remember when Will was made to play outside linebacker? You remember that? You remember when Julian Wilson was made to play middle linebacker when Tavon Austin was torching us? I remember that. Why are the corners playing 10 yards off the ball? Yes, right? You know, you're not giving the kids a chance to succeed. You're not giving them a chance to succeed. Charles, even if Murray's 222, that's a linebacker size, all right? That's how big linebackers are across the board. The 250-pound monsters that can run, those are freaks. There's like 3 of those that play in college football every year. Like 3, period. You know, and they usually go to play in places where they run 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. You know, I can't. Roll con is 220. There you go. You know, hey, look, CBR says Murray's 245. It's not a size thing. It's not a talent thing. It's a scheme thing. You know? It's a scheme thing. I also really did want to talk about Trae Young tonight because, well, he's kind of proven that he's a demigod on a basketball court, and it's got to the point to where he's having to say to people, look, I'm 19 years old, you know, I'm going to make some mistakes. It's not even that he's making mistakes. It's that he set the bar so high that it's ridiculous. Like, it took him 14 games to have a 12 turnover game, right? To have a freshman point guard game, right? Steph Curry did that his first time out, had 13 turnovers. You know? I mean, come on, man. Why is it that Trae Young is being held to a much higher standard instead of people going, my God, look at what he's doing? You know, if you look at his 15 games and you look at how many points he scores, and you look at how many assists that he drops, like how many dimes he drops on a regular. Check this out. I read on Oklahoma Diehards, right? Which is a great website. John Shin, lead beat writer over there, friend of mine. Really good website. Really, really great at covering the Sooners. Check this out. Trae Young has accounted for 1,000 of OU's points scored. That's points and assists. He's counted for 1,000 of the points. Fam, we ain't scored but like 1,800 total. You know? That's 1,000? He's more than half the points are because of Trae Young. You want to talk about efficiency? Yes. Holy cow. 30 points per game, 9 to 6, basically 30 and 10 a game. You know? Who else would you... people want to compare him to Steph Curry. And that's okay. That's cool, right? But, you know, if he learned to get boards, it's not hard to say in the same vicinity as Russell Westbrook. It's not hard. Right now, you know, there are folks that projected him to go to Memphis. You know, which I guess would be okay. I think Memphis is a good organization. I don't know about the coaching situation. Let me see. Katie says, let me see. What did Katie say? Oh, he has to make layups. Trae would have 10 assists easily if players make 2-footers. You know, I hear all of that, and I know that layups are just a fundamental part of the game. But I watched that game last night, and it wasn't that for lack of trying. You know, they were getting defended. You know, I see them getting second, third, fourth chance opportunities and not making the buckets. But also, they're young. You know, they're young and still growing. The only guys that you can come down on are McNeese or Latin. Sure, they're the older cats, and when they're on, they're on. They're not just blocking shots. They're altering shots. You know, so I mean, I want to give a lot of these kids a pass because they're really doing more than they were expected to do this year. They weren't expected to be anywhere this good. They really weren't. They were picked, I believe it was 5th in the Big 12 preseason poll by the coaches. 5th, all right. And they climbed to number 4 in the AP rankings. They're playing out of their minds. It's not just Trae Young. It's the entire roster. You know, and I'm going to put a lot of that on Lon Kruger because I swear to you, I've never seen a guy better at putting his kids in positions to win basketball games. Matter of fact, I'm going to go as far as to call Lon Kruger the anti-Mike Stoops. I've never seen Lon Kruger get out-schemed. Ever. I've never seen him get out-schemed. I've never seen Bill Self, actually draw up a play that was going to beat whatever Lon drew up. And it's kind of cool that whenever Oklahoma plays Baylor, you can spot OU about 7 points because Lon Kruger's going to draw up a play that Scott Drew's never seen before. It's always kind of awesome. But, I mean, I'm really excited about these kids. I'm really excited about watching Trey for the rest of the season. I'm also excited about a video that I'm going to put out later. I spoke with Andrew Gilman at the franchise about a column that he wrote for the franchise's website about what if, Trey decided to sit out the rest of the season and how he wouldn't blame him. It would be a PR nightmare. He won't do it for a lot of different reasons, but what would he have to gain by playing the rest of the season? Except, financially nothing, right? But if you want to win a national championship, you want to win the Wooden Award, you're going to play. But that's not the argument. The argument was, when is it time for a player to start, protecting himself for the millions of dollars that they'll make down the road? And we see it in bowl games all the time. We saw it, notably, like the first big name to do it was Leonard Fournette at LSU. They tried to say a sprained ankle, but that wasn't really the case. And then Christian McCaffrey came flat out and said it. No, I'm playing in the NFL. Why am I going to play in this useless, why am I going to play in this useless bowl game? So I was wondering how that would look for a guy like Trey Young. But also, perhaps he still needs the time to be seasoned. But then again, maybe he doesn't. Anyway, I'm looking forward to dropping that later in the week. Let me see. What else we got in here? Mike's, why y'all know what Mike is driving, man? Like, get out of here with that. Westbrook is a freak athlete. Steph Curry as a freshman, 21.5 points. 2 point, yeah. So Holocaust comes up with a pretty good stat. Steph Curry as a freshman had 21 points and 3 assists a game, basically. Which is ridiculous when you look at how Steph Curry has matured into, I would say the 3rd best player in the league, maybe the 4th best player in the league. LeBron is the best player in the league, all right? Then it would be Russ or James Harden, depending on, how you feel that day. And then Steph Curry. He's not the best player in the league. Let me see. Who else we got? Any good redshirt freshmen playing next year? Who you should keep an eye on? I don't know about redshirt freshmen, but coming up, you should keep an eye on Creed Humphrey. You should keep an eye on him. You should, you should keep an eye on, what Jordan Parker looks like when he gets back. He's not a redshirt. He was playing. He was starting. You should keep an eye on Broyles, on Justin Broyles. He could be legit. These are some guys that I'm really excited to see in the spring game. Do you think Sermon will look great next year? Yeah, Rambo. There's another guy you should keep an eye on. Yes, I think Trey Sermon's going to get bigger. I think he's going to remain fast. I think he's going to get better hands. I think he's going to try to make himself into more of the kind of back that Rodney Anderson is. But then again, Trey Sermon did throw for a touchdown this year. Ooh. Angry says, sleep on Ryan Jones, please. I've been hearing, yeah, Ryan Jones' name has been popping up, especially if, there's rumors about whether or not he made the move from, I think it was safety to linebacker or linebacker to safety. I can't remember exactly which one it is, but if he made a move that better suits his skill set, not a Ricky DeBerry move where they move you to the other side of the ball, but I already made that video. Let me see, what else we got? Sarah says, my fame is meeting Animal and the Road Warriors. Oh, my family. Wow. That's cool. Let me see. Nancy says, what about Bob's son? She's talking about Drake Stoops. So Drake can play. Like, Drake's stats at Norman North were ridiculous. He's over 1,000 yards receiving both years. Apparently he's got great hands. Apparently he's going to play inside receiver for Cale Gundy, which is kind of cool because, Drake quite literally was raised in the program. And he's known Cale all his life. So I'm actually interested to watch what that looks like, especially as he's coming as a preferred walk-on, So I mean, I wouldn't call an inside receiver a possession receiver. Inside receivers, I mean, they get the ball a lot in this offense. I mean, the possession receivers are more like CD, more like what we really wanted Jeff Mead to be. They play the X and the Y. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, good yak. Does Bray Walker start right away? Ooh, that's a good question, right? Because Bill Bedenbaugh has finally built the kind of offensive line where it just reloads. You remember when we used to be kind of sketch about what we had on the offensive line, and now it's like, oh, that guy redshirted this year. Oh, that guy's coming in as a freshman. So Bray Walker and Daryl Simpson both coming in. I think Bray Walker is the ready-made heir apparent to Zeus, but who knows what you look like after summer and in the fall. We know a lot of things change. We know guys get hurt. We know guys move positions. But right now, I would say, yeah, absolutely, he's the heir apparent. I mean, absolutely. He just missed that 5th star with Rivals. There were 33 5-stars in the Rivals 100 earlier this week. And Bray Walker's ranked the number 35 player in the country. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? I hate that. Top O-line in the country next year. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. With Bedenbaugh, we're in that argument every year now. We're in that argument every year about being one of the best offensive lines in the country, especially because we can run the ball. Like Baker Mayfield rightfully got a lot of attention, especially from me, right? About how good he is. And he is. He's the most efficient quarterback in college football history. But we ran the ball more than we threw it, and every running back we have averaged 5.9 yards a carry or better. That's ridiculous, and that's not just Rodney. That's the line, Like, if you're on Patreon, right, head over there and watch how I draw up the counterplay that Stray Sermon ran so well in the Rose Bowl and why it worked. Now, vision and play design were a big part of it, but you would watch Powers and Zeus pulling, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I mean, it was like there was the sea and then it cleared. It was awesome. Like, head over there and watch that video. I was so impressed. That's why I made that video. It was awesome. Let me see. CD, Rambo, Calcaterra, Hollywood. Yep, it's going to be insane. Craig Walker's on it. Let me see. Jay Jones says, my famous story was seeing Jamel Holloway smoking a tube at a stoplight. I'm going to get a Jamel Holloway jersey. Let me see. Robert Lane says, little RJ doesn't even know how to iron. Yeah, well, this is true. Check behind my head for that. Let me see. What else we got? Clint Elliott says, do you think our defense went downhill when Mike decided to coach in the press box? I felt like his intensity reflected in the players. Actually, they sent him up to the press box right when the defense started to look ridiculous. Like, right when the defense started to get destroyed on a regular basis, Bob was like, go up to the press box. You can't see. Obviously, you can't see. Go to the press box. And that's just not working out. Now, he's been up there ever since. But, I'm kind of getting into this position where I have an omen about guys that coach defense from the sideline, because all the good it seems like all the good defensive coordinators not only coach it from the sideline, they got their own personal coach get back. Venables and Kirby Smart both got a strength coach pulling them back so they don't get a penalty. That's the kind of guy that I want coaching my defense, because it's clear that it's not about the calls with those guys, right? They know what they're running. Their defense knows what they're running. And the offense knows what they're running. And it doesn't matter, because everybody's amped up. Everybody says, no, whip the man in front of you. That's how we play defense. Matter of fact, that's what we saw in the Georgia game. That's what we saw in the Rose Bowl. We saw Georgia try to play the same kind of zone defense that other teams have tried to play against us and try to play it better, and get torched. Got destroyed. And then Kirby Smart came out and said, nah, we're running cover one. We're running cover one. If we're gonna get destroyed, we're gonna get destroyed playing our brand of defense, our brand of football, and it worked. They matched up, they played press coverage, they ran the football. Roquan Smith was taken off the leash. He was told, Roquan, go make a play. And it was ridiculous to watch that guy play football. I talked a lot of noise about him because that's what you do, but watching him play weak side linebacker and that hybrid kind of safety, and watching him run with Rodney Anderson on that wheel route where we were desperate, and watching him come up to make plays. That was a guy that knew what his job was. Yes, he's talented, but the guy knew what his job was. All right, Jay comes up with this Lincoln got conservative stuff. Let me put the kibosh on that. I don't care about him getting conservative. I don't care. His team put up 45. He put up 45. Tell me in what college football universe where you put up 45 points and you expect to lose. Huh? I don't care if you call run plays every play. I don't care if you call ISO. I don't care if you call wham. I don't care if you call off tackle. I don't care if you never throw the football at all. If you put up 45 points in one game of football, you should win the game. And that didn't happen. You know, I don't care about stepping on necks. I think the defense should hold up their end. You know, all we had done for Mike is say, hold him to under 30. Hold anybody we play to under 30. Can you do that? Can you do that? You know, can you do that? No! Mike can't do that! Come on, man! This is an SEC offense that runs the football, plays conservative, shows you what they're gonna do, and then just does it. There's nothing disguising what they're doing. You should know. Come on, man. I'm calling the defense with them on watching the TV. And I'm going, what are you doing? You know, it's 3rd and 3. Why do you have 3 men on the line of scrimmage? It's 3rd and 3. Why are people 10 yards off the ball? I'm just a little touchy. I'm just a little touchy. Just a little touchy when people try to tell me that the offense lost the football game. Offense didn't lose that football game. Offense ain't lost us a football game. Hell, in the Iowa State game, we scored 31. You know, I'm miss me with Lincoln got conservative. I don't care. You know what I care about? The defense being conservative. That's what I care about. I care about watching a defense get aggressive and go take some heads. You know, I'm not a large man. All right? I'm 5'5", 135. But if you give me shoulder pads and a helmet, I'm a missile. And I believe that there's a bunch of people out there that are just like that. And they didn't all go to play at Oklahoma. Someone played at Clinton. Someone played at Veneta. Someone played at Nevada. Someone played at Idabel. Someone played at Washington. Some of them played at Lincoln. You know? Some of them played at Medill, Guyman, Grove, Locust Grove. You know? But it doesn't take talent to play defense. It's nice. It's great. You love to see it and you love to have it. But what it takes is heart and a mindset of going out and destroying people. Wrap them up, put them on the ground. We teach kids to wrap up and put people on the ground when they're 6 years old, all right? Defense is attitude. Defense has always been attitude. You know? Defense is putting your Dvorak's on and saying, not today. All right? I'm sorry. You know, Big 12 championship for basketball this year. Only in the tournament, it seems, dog. Like, it'd be hard for us to win the regular season at this point. I had hope. But you know what I'm really more excited about is that Kansas is going to lose its stranglehold on the Big 12 regular season title, because this has been the Kansas Jayhawks conference since like 2008. It's ridiculous. Make Boz the DC talk about attitude. I mean, sure, you know, if Mike Stoops is we can't make the boss the DC if Mike Stoops is still here. And it seems like Mike Stoops is just gonna, you know, grow old here, you know, and just be a weed that we can't ever get rid of, you know. It's strange, right? Because I'm usually all for the guys who want to stick around at OU for, you know, however long. Cale Gundy being one of those guys. You know, he's up for the Arizona job, and everybody's like, nah, Cale's a great recruiter, good coach, he's loyal, we want to keep him here. Nobody wanted to see Merv Johnson go out the door. Nobody wanted to see Schmitty go out the door. But Mike can get out of here, man. You know? And he won't. You know? And it'd be different. It'd be different if he would change his defense. You know, if we saw 4-2-5. If we saw 4-2-5, that's the base. Might be different. But he's not. He's stubborn and he won't change. And these kids, I think, are getting a raw deal. That's what I think. You know? That's what I think. All right, we're like 15 minutes over, man. Cause Jay in here got me going about the conservative play calling in the Rose Bowl game. All right, so let's do the roll call, and let me get people out of here so they can go eat. Mike's going to be here until he dies. Let's hope not. I appreciate that, Hunter. Let me see. Yes, other people do hear me when I do this. My neighbors tell me about it. We fired after signing day? Probably not. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Chris? I appreciate you, fam. What's up, Bundy? I see you. Nathan, that's what's up, fam. Oh, Muskogee, I like it. That's what's up. Clint, what's good? Shredder, I see you, fam. Sydney! She's something fired up tonight. Ryan, what's good? Cyrus, what's good? Val, hey, what's up? Go feed the herd, man. Let me see. Craig, what's good? Cat Tiger in the house. That's what's up. Robert Lane in the house. That's what's up. Charles, what's good? Michael Davis Jr. in the house. J Bones, what's good? Josh, I'm glad you joined the chat, man. Let me see. Who else we got in here? Coach B in here. Jay in here. That's what's up. Princess Leia made it through. That's what's up. Hola Kyle. That's what's up, man. Larry was good. Eric was good. Steven, stay up, fam. Alex was good. Ryan was good. James was good. Cryptic Gum on the house. Nancy, I see you, fam. Don King, deuces, I see you. Ike, I see you, fam. Oh, yeah, Thunder Thursday tomorrow. I've been meaning to say it. Thunder Thursday's tomorrow. Come back for Thunder Thursday. Flame, I see you, fam. All right, if you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I love y'all. Hebert for life. Deuces.